And closing out the prelims, we got Andre Fili, who's back for his 24th walk to the octagon. And he's a guy that's been a stalwart in the UFC's featherweight division. He's always good for a fun fight. Been up and down. He is a gatekeeper, but extremely experienced. He can give a hard fight to anybody, coming off a victory over Cub Swanson. But consistency needs to be what's next because Fili hasn't won 2 fights in a row in 6 years. And this is another opportunity for him to try to find that consistency Saturday. But he's going to be facing Melky Costa, who you could say the same thing about. He's 2-2 so far in 4 UFC fights. He's looked good in his wins, but kind of got dominated in his losses. His last fight, he got that submission victory over Shalia, Nerdy, and Becky. And he's kind of yet to be an established UFC guy. So beating Andre Fili is the key to unlock a big future potentially for Costa in the UFC. And you look at Melky Costa, good blend of striker and grappler. On the feet, he has good kicks, he has good speed, good counter punches. He'll stick and move, he'll attack all parts of the body. He has nasty body kicks, which slow fighters down. Sometimes he can have his hands down, kind of get clipped, but he is good at rolling with shots. He does a good job timing takedowns if fighters come too over aggressive. Good back takes, and he's good at just racking up control time. Steve Garcia, he was able to out-wrestle him for the entire first round, but round 2 he got blitzed and taken out. His last fight, he actually was getting out-wrestled for the large majority of the fight. He was down 2018, but was able to reverse the takedown, get the back, and get the rear naked choke in the third round. I thought it was a bad performance, but he still pulled it out of the fire. And Andre Fili, really good counterpuncher. He's a brawler. If you want to sit in the pocket and exchange with Fili, he finds his punches very well. He's just super dangerous. Nasty counter hooks moving backwards. Nice 1-2s down the pipe. He's fast, sharp. Good job staying long and just touching fighters from the outside. His head kicks are nasty. And on top of that, he has a good double leg, and he will wrestle when you pressure him. His control is serviceable, but more of a guy that has to shoot a lot of times, doesn't have the best control really, but Fili's chin has become a little more suspect recently. He's been in a lot of wars. He's always been known to be durable, but he's gotten knocked out cold a couple times in the last few years. He's been hurt in other fights that he's lost, and you can come over the top of his jab and counter him with big punches. I could see the kicks of Costa being effective too. Fili's wrestling has to be a big part of the game plan here. If he can get the wrestling going, he should be able to shut down Costa from throwing so many kicks and open up his own hands. And I think Fili wins this because he's slightly better overall in the wrestling and grappling, and his boxing is a fairly big advantage there. And I think he has a huge experience edge. It's just possible that he gets chinned at this point in his career. Costa maybe could win some scrambles and keep it close that way. But I feel like Fili's going to win off experience and being able to mix it up with the wrestling.